Ready. Play.
First serve into the net. Second serve into Rybakina's forehand. They exchange cross-court forehands sort of through the middle of the court. Rybakina goes wider and gets the match. 7-2 in that tiebreak. She fought so hard, Azarenka, to come back into the third set at all, but Rybakina far too strong in the tiebreak, and particularly when serving. So goes into the final.
Which shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, generally, at least one of the top fours made the semi-finals of every big tournament so far. Yeah, okay, bit weird that Iga didn't make the Dubai final, but yeah, Elena still kind of flying the flag for the top of the top four of the women's game right now, despite that some sort of bizarre second set performance, which, as you said, we're looking forward to. I mean, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, Kira. I wasn't expecting much from Rybakina going to this tournament. I didn't think that, I knew she was ill and not injured, but that was still, I still wasn't sure like how match rusty she would be, where she was at. And yeah, she's just stormed through this draw like nothing was wrong.
Yeah, weirdly enough, actually, I normally would be with you a lot of the time when Elena's pulled out of tournaments with illness. I've sort of always then predicted her to not do well in the next one, but I've sort of got used to her coming back like nothing's happened. So I did actually predict her to get to the final of this one. I didn't predict her to win the whole thing, but I did predict her to get to the final. And I just think it's because, she has had setbacks in terms of the last year, in terms of illness and pulling out of tournaments and some injuries and that sort of thing. But it never seems to last very long with her, or at least linger, I think, with her as it might do with other players. She does seem to bounce back. And yeah, I think it's an impressive quality to have, and it's part of the reason why she stays up in the top four.
I was going to say she's cruised through this draw like nothing was wrong. I should clarify, she has played 3 sets in almost every match apart from against Keys, which is the one match of hers that I've actually watched all of. Apart from, I've watched this one, obviously the end of it, the tiebreak, but the Keys one, she looked a step above Keys, and I was like, okay, maybe she's had a bit of after a rough start, she's kind of getting there, but she has had to battle her way through. Don't think Absolutely. It's injury related or illness related. I think it's just how tough her draw's been.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever happened in the second set today was nothing to do with the rest of her draw, where, like you say, she's just had to really fight to get through it. The Sakkari match, obviously, previously, where maybe there was a small movement issue there, but I don't think it hindered her enough for that to be a factor. I think she just had to really battle to get past Sakkari. She's battled really hard today against Azarenka, who obviously was also fighting really hard. But in the end, she's her level of tennis at the moment is just slightly better than Vika's, and that won out in the end.
Azarenka, 4 years since she won a title, and that was in the New York warm-up Masters in 2020. And that was by default because Osaka withdrew from the final. So the last time she converted a championship point was here in Miami 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you see her winning another title in her career?
I do. Yeah, I really do, actually. The tennis that she's been playing this year, I actually see her winning a title this year. If it's going to come, I think it's going to come pretty soon. I don't know how long, age might get in the way, the amount of time she's got left on tour. But I think she's playing some really good tennis at the moment. She came across Rybakina today, who is obviously, along with a couple of others on the tour, a level above most people. I think, other than that, I do think Azarenka, whether the draw might favour her in some sort of tournament or whatever it is, I do think she could definitely win a title this year.
Yeah, I would say the signs are positive. Yeah, I agree that she's been playing sort of top 20 level tennis. Definitely top 30. I'd say top 20. She's got to get herself back in there. Yeah, it's just a question of how she matches up with the biggest players now. And, there's been a lot of discussion around that. But I don't see why not. If she's in the right tournament, the right draw, yeah, she should win it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got one half of the Miami final sorted, and it's going to involve Elena Rybakina for the second year running. Who are you fancying for her opponent, Alexandra or Collins from the other semi-final?
Oh, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and it's such a head versus heart one for me. But I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna be as gutsy as I think Danielle is, and I'm gonna go. I think Danielle Collins might make the final this evening.
Interesting, because my head's telling me Danielle Collins because she's charged her way through this draw.
Really?
Yeah, Danielle Collins for me has charged her way through the draw. I'm like, yeah, Alexandra has beaten Swiatek and Pegula. And those are two really good wins. And so maybe, if you look at like the opponent level, she should make it. But Collins is winning the kind of is dominating the sets that she's playing. I'm interested to see what kind of challenge Alexandra throws at her. But yeah, if I just look at draw progress, Collins might be my title favorite.
Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. No, I really love Elena Rybakina as well, but I think just, there's so many people in the world at the moment rooting for Danielle Collins. I mean, last year on the tour, it would be amazing to see her win a title. I think for me, yeah, she has absolutely been dominating the draw. I think I watched her match against Caro Garcia, and even though the scoreline was 6-2, 6-3, I think Danielle said herself that wasn't necessarily representative of the game as a whole. She did have to kind of slog it out. Was Garcia at her very best, especially with her return game? No. I still think Danielle played really well. I think if Alexandrova brings the level that she brought to the Iga and Pegula matches, she's going to be really tough to beat. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. And yeah, overall, I am going to go with Danielle Collins to make it.
There we go. We go Danielle Collins versus Elena Rybakina in a potential final. I mean, Alexandrova wouldn't be a disappointment. It has to be said. I think that a final for her would probably capitalize on the talent that we know she has.
Yeah.
So yeah, would not be a surprise. I'm just basing this on kind of the way things have kind of fallen, the way Danielle's kind of gone through the draw. But we'll have to see how that works out. Right. Well, I've just come in and sort of just lazily joined you for a tie break.
Not lazy at all. Thank you very much for saving everyone from me just talking to myself.
I find that difficult to believe, but we will have to, I think, maybe wrap it up there. Yes. All right. Okay, fine. We can discuss. I have a feeling I'm about to get hauled in for a disciplinary for lateness. Yeah. So if this is my last stream, then it's been fun.
It's been so fun. Yeah.
Hopefully not. I will be back for future streams. In fact, I'm planning on hopping on in an hour to do the beginning of Alcaraz versus Dimitrov.
Lovely. I might join you for a bit of that, not on the stream, but while I watch the first set before I inevitably fall asleep.
How can Carlos Alcaraz's tennis? How can you fall asleep watching Carlos Alcaraz play tennis?
I am just a very tired person.
Fair enough.
No, I know what you mean. It might keep me awake. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully some of you will stay awake through our commentary as well. And,
that will help. That will definitely help.
All right. Well, this has been fun. I feel like a fraud signing off. So, Kira, do you want to do the honors?
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all our social channels. And yeah, as Nick would normally say when he signs off, make sure you keep talking tennis.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.